Yes, yes. We back with another one. And yes, this is a pre-record. Let me clean my screen. This is a pre-record. This is definitely a pre-record. I know a lot of people ask me, they say, man, is this a live video or a pre-record? I'm doing it as a pre-record, but then I'm going to say schedule a live video. Then it'll go up. It'll be a pre-recorded live video. The shirt, I bet my ex missed me. Just a shirt I had in the car. Oh man, I'm getting buff from them dips. All right. But we have another video to illustrate. And this is just a reaction video, YouTube. This is not me dissing anyone, trying to tell anyone how to live. This is just to give my commentary and reaction. I'm still doing a story. I'm doing research for a story about the personification of the Black community, and about, yeah, just being what the Black community should be. That's what someone said. So when someone makes a very bold claim and a statement like that, especially when me personally, I only knew one aspect of the person, one channel where they were talking finance and certain things. But now that I've gotten to other channels and seeing the way that this gentleman talks to women while married, and we all have been online. If you go online long enough, you've argued, you've done an interview with some woman that agitated you, or person, period. But that's not what I see on these videos. I'm really seeing a man who is struggling with his identity and sexuality and classism. I think he was treated so poorly when he didn't have money. And now that he has money, he thinks that money has put him into a certain class of people. And he'll find later in life, when he gets around those same people that he's dying to get around, they're going to let him know that this is a classism thing. And just because you have money does not mean you entered into that class. So without further ado, let me play the video with no heat, no judgment. Ayana fixed my life. And just do my reaction after that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Salute to y'all. Hug yourself. Love yourself. You're beautiful. Even if you're not. Look in the mirror, tell yourself that. Say, I'm beautiful. Don't worry about the lies. God repented for your sins if you are lying. But just hug yourself. Say, I love you. I love you. And then do it like that. Because some of y'all ain't had a hug in a long time, and you can hug yourself too sometimes. Self-love sometimes is the best love. Let's get it.
Because a woman is telling you what to do. All of us came from a woman. So when I'm hearing Anton speak, which I'm not just keep trying to relate to him, he came from a woman as well. So it's like, are you telling me you never listened to your mom growing up? Because you're saying that a man don't listen to a woman, like that make you less of a man. I'm just confused. So that's why I was just like, balance was right. And I just didn't want to say anything because I'm still confused on the first conversation. And I haven't got past that yet.
You come from a man. You come from your daddy's balls. Your woman, the mama is just the egg.
Your mom delivered you. You came from a woman. Your dad did not give birth to you. Your mother did.
Mom.
Okay, I don't know why this is an argument. They're both right. You come from the loin of a man. Children are of the father because it needs us to get the woman pregnant. But you got to have respect for both. Like she said, you don't birth yourself. No man has ever birthed a child. So you have to give respect to women because they go through the process of, carrying, incubating that baby and bringing it to term. So you got to have respect for that. Men, what we bring to the table, our biology, what God allowed us to be able to do to get you pregnant. But after that, our work is pretty much done. So you got to respect both sides. I don't understand why people say, oh, it just comes from us. And that's it in a nutshell. It's not. We have to respect one another. You can't have one without the other. That's like the link of a chain arguing with the crank of the bike. You ain't shit. And then the crank, you ain't shit. Then neither one of them is nothing without the other. There's no motion without the links to the chain wrapping around the crank to the bicycle tire. So neither one can disrespect each other, if you can understand. You don't get motion without the links to that chain. So without a man, without a woman, there's no motion. Two has to come together to make one. So respect both. And yes, we get our game from a woman, our name from a woman. We get all that. When God said woman over children, he didn't make a mistake when he said that. The women are the ones molding and shaping the children. So that's why some people get mad when some of the women don't take any credit for how this kid is shaped out, because the baby should be taught most of the daily things by a woman. A man should be out busting his ass and working. Now, some women are out working too. So the kid is out, I won't, anyway. But let's get back to the topic. I think we should learn to respect each other and what we bring to the table. I don't look at a woman or my woman any less that birthed my child, nor should she look at herself above me. We should look at each other as the same that are trying to do the right thing for a child and get them to their independent level. That's it.
Your mom was just an incubator.
Wow, that's disrespectful.
That's where you come from. I don't know. Listen, I can't speak to your personal situation, although you did mention it. I'm not going to speak to your personal situation, but let me help you to understand something. The dudes that came before us, and again, this has nothing to do with you, was simps. They were weak. They said, I'm not talking about you.
Okay, well, I want to clear that up because my dad wasn't a simp.
Did not. Oh, you're not a good listener, right? And
I'm a great listener because this is my first time. This is my first time saying anything back to you. I listened to you earlier.
There you go again, Anton, proving that you're right. You are a C student. You're proving that you're a C student. This young lady is right. You said that the men that become before us, I'm in my 40s, you're in your 40s. So that would be men that are like 60, 70, 80, men that come before us, including her father. Get it, C student? You're not speaking about her. So therefore, she never defended herself. She instantly heard what you said and said, well, my father, if you're talking about all the men that come before, my father is not one of those men. My father was a real man. And then your reply was, oh, I'm not talking about you. She acknowledged that you wasn't talking about her. That's why she mentioned her father is not a simp and not her. So you're proving that you're a C student.
Okay, well, I want to clear that up.
And again, this has nothing to do with you. Let me help you to understand something. The dudes that came before us, and again, this has nothing to do with you, was simps. They were weak. They said, I'm not talking about you.
Okay, well, I want to clear that up because my dad wasn't a simp.
Did not. Oh, you're not a good listener, right? And
I'm a great listener because this is my first time. This is my first time saying anything back to you. I listened to you earlier and didn't even know. I prefaced the
conversation twice by saying that I was not referring to you specifically. And then you went to go on about how it is that this is represented. This ain't about you. This is about life.
And I said I wanted to make that.
This guy is actually pretty slow. So with that being said, if I said all the guys in the NBA that came before me was trash, and then Charles Oakley pull up on me and let me know, well, not Charles Oakley brother or somebody say, you know what? I want to let you know my brother ain't trash. And then I go keep telling him over and over again, I ain't talking about you. I ain't talking about you. And he wants me to talk about what I'm actually talking, what he's talking about, or what I actually said, which is his brother is trash and everybody before him. So if he say that my brother wasn't trash, of course, I'm not talking about that person. He's defending my statement that I made. And Anton is not listening. He's accusing this woman of not being a good listener, but she heard what you said. And that's why she replied like that. Shout out to this young lady, because I would want my kid, my daughter, to speak up for me in how regard, and don't allow a man to say and lump me into a group of people that were weak and that were not real men, because that's what he's essentially trying to say. But he's right. He's a C student, so he may not even get what he's saying.
clear that my father was not a simp.
But
It's
we
the
don't
same thing
need
you were
your
doing with
family.
people earlier. You don't like when somebody do something that you do. You were doing this to people earlier when they were speaking. All I'm saying to you is my father is not a simp. That's not an argument.
Monique.
My father is not a simp. That's all I was saying.
And how would you know?
I know for a fact my father
How?
is not a simp.
How?
My father is very intelligent, and my father is
What do being
very
intelligent got to do with being a simp?
It doesn't matter. He wasn't a simp.
How
And
do
we're
you
going
know?
to leave it at
How
that.
do you
And I'm
know?
not going to allow you to say my father's a simp because he's not.
I never said that he was. But see,
But
listen.
you just said, how do I know that?
He never
I'm saying
called your
he's
father
not
a
simp.
simp.
No, hold on, Mr. Lego. Let me cook. Let me cook. You know.
Mr. Let Go, what you just did didn't make any sense. We know she's not calling her father out by name, but essentially what he said is including her father. He didn't say some men, he said the men from the generation before us. That includes her father. Jesus, this some C student stuff here. This is a C student conversation.
I know that your father was possibly a simp.
He was not a simp.
Do you know how I know your father was possibly a simp? Because you automatically triggered by it and nobody called him a simp.
I'm triggered by it because my
Yes, you
father
are.
was a great man, and I don't allow nobody to talk crazy about my
But
father.
nobody.
Did you guys see what Anton just did there? You're triggered by it. So now he's giving her a set of emotions just because she won't allow him to disrespect her father. Now, what she did was she accepted the thing that he put on her saying, you're triggered by it. And she goes, I'm triggered by it. You were never triggered. You have every right to defend your father. You were not wrong. When he said, men before us are simps, and you stood up for your father, that's not being triggered. You were just letting him know. So I reject his deposit. And I want to tell you, young lady, stand firm on what you were saying because you wasn't wrong. He's just talking loud. He ain't saying nothing. Your father is not a simp. That does not mean that you're triggered. He's using those words to try to have some level of authority. What really it is, he's a weak man. You called him out on what he was saying, and he doesn't like to be wrong. So he's doubling down and dying with the lie. So that's all he's doing. You were right, young lady. Your father is not a simp. You have every right to stand up for your father, and he should have backed off of this easy. But we're trying to see if he's the personification of the Black community. But the thing that I don't like is the women on the panel are watching this lady get berated like that. They know he's wrong. They know what they heard, but they're not saying anything because it benefits them to sit there and listen to the guy that has the bag or has the opportunity that they want. The men on the panel, they don't want to say anything because he has the opportunity that they want. So this woman is made to feel like she's being disrespected, like she did something wrong. And she didn't. She's just standing up for her father. She stated what she wanted clearly. And this C student just can't seem to understand. So let's keep going.
He mentioned
you have a
your
daughter?
father.
Do you have
Nobody
a daughter?
mentioned your father. Did
Do you
anybody
have a
mention?
daughter?
Did anybody mention your father?
Do you have a daughter?
Did anybody mention your father?
Do you have a daughter?
I do.
Okay. If your daughter was sitting on this panel, you would want your daughter to speak highly of you as well. I'm not going to allow nobody to disrespect my dad.
If
My dad is
nobody
not a simp.
asked about me,
Period. He's not a simp.
if
And I'm gonna
nobody
leave it at that.
asked
He's not a
about
simp.
me, if nobody asked about me, see, are you?
His arguments are so C student and juvenile. Nobody don't have to ask about you for your daughter to feel like they're talking about you. If your daughter was present in the room and somebody said, all of y'all fathers are weak and simps, and she go, my father is not in that. The person didn't say your name. They're not talking about you specifically, but they're talking about you. So I don't understand why this is so hard for him. But when your ceiling is a C student, it is what it is.
Are you married?
I'm not married, but I
I know you're not.
Watch
fucking
the
married.
switch.
You don't know that I'm not married.
Watch the switch. This got nothing to do with her being married. So now that you're not married, then that means you're wrong about this topic. This has absolutely nothing to do with being married. But the switch is to get this woman emotionally involved. And this sister did a good job because after he tries to trigger her with being married, she goes, that was my choice, this and that. And then he keeps going down this rabbit hole, and I'll keep playing it. I won't stop it after this. He goes down the rabbit hole of trying to make her feel bad for not being married when the conversation was about not calling my father a simp. That's what he does. He tries to invoke emotions out of these women and men in order to act like he has some type of moral authority or high ground. These type of conversations work over the internet. They do not work in person. When a person knows that you're aggressing them and being disrespectful like that in person, there's no mute button. There's no, hold on, let me overtalk you. There's no mic. That person is going to elevate themselves to a point to where they're not going to hear you and the conversation is dead. So all of these people that's acting like they have so much logic, it only works over a computer.
I do know because I can tell by that badass attitude. Listen, you already about to snatch dreams out the air. You're shaking your head. You're talking with your neck and shit. You're mentioning shit that nobody even ever brought up. I never brought up your fucking father. Not once. As a matter of fact, I made sure that you knew. Wait a second. If you be quiet for long enough to let somebody actually talk, you don't have to respond to something that I didn't even say. If you just be quiet for 5 seconds, you will understand the sentiment, and then you probably could get married. You would not be impacted by all of these fucking stories that you heard inside of your salon.
You know what's crazy? You are judging me when you don't even know me.
Sus, you let him
You don't even know me.
You
don't even know me.
Hold on, y'all.
Rashawn, don't cape, Rashawn.
No, wait.
Stop.
He's the only person on this.
I don't have to know you if I asked you a specific question.
I'm not married.
Listen.
3 times.
I guarantee you I heard that 1,000 times from a bunch of chicks that was masculine as fuck.
But you just said that if I listen, I will be married. That's
because you ain't quiet enough to actually understand.
Those single women saying I've been engaged.
This is what I guarantee you. I guarantee you after this show, you're going to have a life reality check because it's not going to sit well with you. And the reason it's not going to sit well with you is because you're wrong as fuck. You over talking after you said that you don't over talk. You led with that fake ass femininity when you first came on the panel. I don't over talk. I don't even respond. Now look at you. You ain't out of character. This is who you fucking really are. And all I did was bring it out of you. See, the unique thing about me is that if you sit around me long enough, I'm gonna bring that bullshit up out of you. And you can't sit here and sell me something that ain't real. I knew you wasn't fucking married. And now, because of your behavior, not because of your father, but because of your behavior, I'm questioning whether or not your father is a simp. And
I thought you wasn't talking about her father. I thought it was never in question whether her father was a simp or not. Now, because of some behavior that she displayed, which I never saw, all I saw is a woman try to tell a man that my father is not included in this monologue that you're saying that the men that came before us are simps. Simple way to get somebody back into line with your respect. I don't think she was loud. I don't think she was rude. She wasn't disrespectful at all. But to a man that thinks that he has to compete with women, to a man that's 2 snaps in a swirl, that think that he has the authority to check other women that's not his wife, especially a woman that's just saying my father is not a simp. Now this whole conversation has been derailed, and now this woman is being berated about her marital status, as if her marital status make what she's talking about right now true or false. If she would have answered, yes, I'm married, then he still would have been able to find a way to reason to take away from this woman, where your husband is a simp. It's all the power trip that this guy has. Ego, pride come before the fall. This is not how you have a conversation with a person. Whether she's married or not, the subject matter that she was speaking about, the way he framed it, he definitely was talking about men that came before us, which included her father. So the fact that this C student couldn't let this conversation go, this is sad, and it gets worse.
Reason I'm questioning whether or not your father is a simp is because there's no way that a dude that's not a simp daughter is gonna be on here talking that bullshit, leading with that fake ass femininity, and then gonna come on here trying to talk to me like you know what the fuck is going. I don't think you really knew what you was getting yourself into, because I'm not the one. I'm gonna tell you the fucking truth. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not trying to get on your good side. None of that. So either you can take the advice so that you can actually get the results, and it ain't even got to be the results when it come to marriage. It got to do with how you moving as a woman. That shit is fake. And all I'm doing is calling it out. You expose yourself. So you can take this shit and move differently, or you can continue to lead with that fake ass femininity and not getting the results that you want and lean to your father. Which one you want? How you gonna move? Because all of this is bullshit that you selling right now. It's fake as fuck.
Because your damn mouth.
Hey, yo, no, not. Wait, no. I know.
Man, how many times have we seen this shit?
Hey, yo, I know you got the minister meme on here. Yo.
Look, women don't listen, they interpret. So there was a lot of interpreting that. So ladies, just period, everybody just watching or whatever, understand that a lot of the times when you try to argue with a man or a woman, you're interpreting what somebody said and you just go down a fucking rabbit hole when you don't necessarily need to. We have to, well, y'all have to, because men don't do this, stop interpreting what somebody said. He said twice.
Mr. Lego.
Yeah.
The reality is that I want her to be successful. My general sentiment in life is to have everybody that eventually come in contact with me take something positive out of it. I'm not saying this just because I want to get on her or some shit. I'm saying it because it's real. And I'm not sure if the people that's in her inner circle, and I don't know who's in her inner circle, I'm talking about her friends, any dude that she'd never interacted with. I'm not sure if they've ever actually been honest enough to tell her the truth. Because I'm not emotionally attached to her, or I don't have any personal vendetta, I don't even know her from a can of paint, and she probably don't know me. I can be real. I'm gonna tell her the truth. That shit is not kosher. That shit is not cool. And she's basically, I never even said anything about her father whatsoever. I prefaced the conversation twice by saying, this is not personal to you. This has nothing to do with you. And then she went on a tangent about her father. Now, what is that supposed to say? What does that communicate?
Women don't listen, they interpret.
Because communication is 90% body language. It's 90% of the things that you don't say when you're not supposed to say it. It's not the thing that you're trying to communicate to other people. I pay attention to that shit. I'm not listening to what she's saying. I'm listening to how she reacts. And I pay attention to really focus in on the things that people say when
I'm not listening to what she's saying. I'm listening to how she react. And then I listen to what people say. You really just tore up your whole argument. I don't listen to what she's saying. I'm listening to how she react. I pay attention to that shit. I listen. What are you talking about? Nothing what you're saying is making any sense. Mr. Let Go chimed in a couple of times. Nothing he said made any sense. You were talking about this girl's father. Let me show you. Let's go all the way back. But he's not done yet. Let's wait. He's not done embarrassing himself.
They first come on the panel. I paid attention, which saying, I'm listening. I pay attention to that. She's supposed to say it. It's the language.
Women don't listen, they interpret.
About her father. Now, this has nothing to do with you. And then she went on a tangent about her father. Now, what is that supposed to say? What does that communicate?
Women don't listen, they interpret.
Because communication is 90% body language. It's 90% of the things that you don't say when you're not supposed to say it. It's not the thing that you're trying to communicate to other people. I pay attention to that shit. I'm not listening to what she's saying. I'm listening to how she reacts. And I pay attention to really focus in on the things that people say when they first come on the panel. I paid attention when she said that shit. She said it. Oh, I don't cut. I don't jump in and all of that. But what the fuck is this? And I want her to be great. And I hope this shit burn. I hope this shit bother.
All right, Rayshawn, you can go ahead and cake Rayshawn.
I hope that she toss and turn all fucking night and she see me in her dreams and that shit is like, I hate that fucking Anton. Because at the end of the day, it's real. It's real.
And this is how women learn how to be around masculine men.
Into a conversation.
I know
you're looking for your gift back. Or go into a thing.
Go ahead, Rayshawn.
She's gonna move a little bit differently, bro.
He said, Mr. Let Go said, women need to learn how to move around masculine men. This is not masculine at all. This is sassy. This was a clear-cut case of a guy just talking too much. This young lady was 100% right.
You come from a man. You come
Watch
from
this,
your
watch
daddy's
this.
balls. Your woman, the mama is just the egg. You ain't
Your
she's
mom
the
delivered
oven.
you.
She's
You
just the
came from
oven.
a woman. Your
She's
dad
just
did
the
not
oven.
give birth to you. Your
your
mother did.
mom just
Mom is
your
just the
mom
oven.
was just an incubator. You come from your father. That's where you come from. I don't know. Listen, I can't speak to your personal situation, although you did mention it. I'm not going to speak to your personal situation, but let me help you to understand something. The dudes that came before us, and again, this has nothing to do with you, was simps. They were weak.
The dudes that came before us, it has nothing to do with you. Her father came before us, but he wants her to feel that it has nothing to do with her because he's not talking about her father. But her father is one of the men that came before us. This guy is slow. This is a C student for real. And don't get mad at him, young lady. You had to endure a lot of BS over two men that was not trying to be serious. They're trying to build their career. They're trying to copy other men that's talking to women, that were talking to women on the internet. They don't fit the bill. They're not polished enough. They're like Swarovski crystals. The other guy was like a diamond, one of a million type of guy. These people are not that. They're trying to be watered down renditions. Young lady, you were absolutely right. What you heard is what I heard. If you're going to say a statement like that, you got to allow yourself to be corrected. He should have said, well, not all men, majority. And that would have covered it. And he could have continued the conversation. But when you're that narcissistic, when money starts sliding in your pocket and you become new money, nobody can't tell you nothing. You started running around with that Kanye West song playing in your head. You counting your money. You can't tell me nothing. It becomes your God. They just go, you can't tell me nothing. Nah. And that's what this guy is doing. You can't tell him that because this was asinine. This is a dumb conversation. But he's a sweet student. So that's my time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in or on the way out. Make sure you come and join my Patreon. Make sure you follow me on all social media, Instagram, Patreon, all of it. Come check a bus out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gone.